Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Bob and Cindy Scottman Transmissions, Advanced Technology Institute, and American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. That's 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show to 757-866-2192. That's 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palash.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palash, hanging out with Rock and Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work for us. As you can hear, I still have just a little bit of allergies slinging around, so a little bit less smoky of a voice this week.
I'm noticing that.
But it's still there just a little bit, so we're dealing. How's your guys' week? Eventful? Uneventful?
Well, just nothing.
Don't even get me started.
It's been a slow week. I think as we start to roll in and you're starting to feel the wintertime chills and everything, I think everybody's starting to stay inside. There's less news. I mean, there's a little bit of
Maybe it's the
everything.
holidays and every's worked up for that.
This year has flown by. I mean, it's a miracle to me how quick this year has seemed to go by. I don't know why it seems that
It's already November.
It's November. Christmas time's right around the corner. I'm seeing all the Christmas ads. I'm seeing all the little car ads start to pop up with, get your loved one this car for Christmas.
The older you are, the faster it goes. I'm telling you.
Do people really buy, I just wondered, is there that many cars bought as Christmas gifts, do you think?
I would guess yes.
Oh,
You think so?
Not like they used to be.
Well, I don't know if people buy them and put a big red bow on them and stick them out in the driveway, but
That big red bow costs a lot of money.
Because
I did. I've done it once. Really? I did once. I bought a car and did the big red bow thing and stuff. And,
how much?
I think I paid like $100 for that bow.
Wow.
Yeah, to get the big red bow for it. And they had to order it in.
And did you keep
they didn't
it?
have one. No, it was like the worst $100 I ever spent because it's not like you keep it. It's on the car for that one time.
It makes an impression for 5 seconds and then it's over with.
Right, you can't drive with it on. I mean, so yeah, it's a $100 5-minute expression.
well, why not make one that can be turned into something else later?
Because who has that type of time or care or forethought to do so?
No, I'm talking about create a business where you create bows that is cheaper made but can be turned into something else.
Right, I'll let you spearhead that one.
We'll call it Boarama.
Hey, I had the best idea
Bono.
for trash bags this week. Because, how the trash bags get stuck in the trash bag? Why don't...
Seriously, this is real. This is real. We had this conversation.
When you go take the trash bag out of the trash can, it's so hard to take it out because it's like a vacuum suction on the bottom.
Yeah.
So why not have a slip you can pull out when you're ready to pull the trash bag out that
breaks the suction.
Breaks the suction and keeps puts air in the bottom to help you take it out.
Yeah, you just gave away a valuable idea.
Send your check to. I'm just look. If I see that come out in the next month,
you're just going to be mad, and that's it.
No, because this records. I mean, I can just sue them.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you didn't act on it first.
Speaking about people putting money into things, did you guys hear about Ford putting money into the scooters? So they bought the scooter company Spin. And now they have these scooters everywhere that you can rent.
Is that those electric scooters?
The little ones. There's a bunch of companies that are out there. There's one called Bird. Yeah, Bird.
Yeah, that's the one that made news recently here.
Yeah, so now Ford decided they wanted to be in the business, so they bought Spin, and now they're putting money into Spin to have scooters.
They're going to buy scooters like that.
Yeah, to have scooters around
that's
town that you can rent.
That's not much more than a toy, is it?
Well, you want to know what they're going to do?
What's that?
What they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, you pull up to this place. You grab a scooter to go to your destination, and your car parks itself.
Pull up, get on the scooter, go where you need to, and your car goes on without you and finds its own parking spot.
Theme parks.
No, come on now.
Theme parks, man.
I'm not
Disney.
Against it. I'm not against it. You'll pay for that service.
Well, look, you guys thought I was crazy when I talked about taking the little power cart assist carts, the senior carts that they drive, and turning those into taxis. You guys didn't like that idea either. I thought that was the most brilliant idea of the year.
Well, no, because then that'll just give taxi drivers to be another reason to be mad.
No,
They're already mad about Uber and Lyft. I mean,
I took
now
an Uber.
they're gonna be,
I took an Uber the other day.
What? They're going to be mad at old grandmas driving?
I took it. So I had my. I didn't tell you guys. So I took my truck over to have some work done. Now I know you guys. Go ahead, start talking now. Oh, Dave had to take his Chevy into the shop. Oh, yeah, I did. A couple things that went wrong with it. But you know what? Chevy took care of it. They took care of it, and I got my truck back. They made it right. They made it right. They did. So we were waiting. So I didn't talk about it. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. So you all know I love my Chevys through and through. I'm a Chevy guy. Love my Chevy truck. And I bought my truck from a local dealer here in town who has always been really good to me. Now, the truck has, miles-wise, is still way under miles for the warranty. But now we've gotten to the year part. It's 3 years. I had the truck 3 years, but I think I just put like 24,000 miles on the truck in 3 years. So
age caught up with it.
Right. So the age part caught up with me. And I had the AC compressor stop working. And the cooling fans turned off at the same time, which should be connected. Those should be related. Mm-hmm. So I took it into them, and we had a conversation about it because there's a couple other little things I was worried about. I started noticing a little bit of exhaust leak. But I was on the way of taking the truck in to already have some work on it. What ended up happening, and I'll tell you guys how this started was, so the truck has 55,000 mile tires on it, okay? That's what they're rated at. And when I got to about 20,000 miles, the tires were already getting close to being done. And I was aggravated because I know it's a 55,000 mile tire. I just think it was a bad production of the tire or the bad compound or whatever it may be. So here's some information for you guys, just in case you've never done this. It's worth the shot. I'm not saying it's going to work out for you in the best interest, but I called Goodyear and said, hey, I have these tires on my truck, and, here I think there's something wrong with them. We're at 20,000 miles. I'm already down to the wear bars. Supposed to be 50,000 mile tires. I don't drive the truck very often. Here's the mileage that I have on it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, something's not right. Well, believe it or not, Goodyear stood up and did the right thing. And they actually sent me a voucher number and all that kind of stuff to get the tires replaced under warranty. Now, I had to pay a little premium on it, which is understandable because, it's prorated.
Yep.
But nowhere close to what I would have paid if I'd have bought those tires brand new. I think the brand new tires have been like $1,200, and I think altogether I ended up paying $400 to have them put.
So when are you going to put them on?
They're already on. Tires are on. So this is how this leads up to it.
Tires
So
very nice.
I'm on the way to go get the tires put on the truck. They came in. We ordered them, and they came in, and the AC stopped working on the truck. Just stopped, quit. Just wouldn't work.
After the repair?
No. I'm on my way to go get the tires replaced.
Okay.
So I'm like, now, you all know, I love my Chevy truck, and I would never, ever bash them or say anything bad about them, but when they're wrong, they're wrong, and when they're right, they're right. And this was one of those situations where something was definitely wrong, for as new as the truck is, and I shouldn't be having any problems with it. So I called Chevy and told them what was going on. They told me to bring in the truck. Of course, we have that conversation like you guys or anybody else would have, is it's out of warranty. But my thing was, that's, we need to do something about this because I don't drive the truck very often. And I shouldn't be having any problems with the truck with 20,000 miles on it. So
I drive the truck more than him.
So at the end of the day, Chevy came through and they did right. They took care of the problem. So just so you guys know, here's a little bit of tip. I've told you guys this time and time again. Never go in mad. I've told you guys that before. And I was upset because I love my Chevy truck. And I talk highly about my Chevy truck on this show all the time. You guys know. And if you don't drive a Chevy, you're just my manufacturer challenge friend. Still love you, but it is what it is.
Got Dodge on your hands.
So I'm a little upset because I believe in my Chevy truck. I've had a lot of Chevys. I put over 200,000 miles on them. Never had any problems with any of my Chevys until this point. So I'm just like, how are they going to handle this situation? So I've elected, the truck had been at the dealership for about the last week and a half, and I didn't talk about it last week because I wanted to see how it was going to be handled. They contacted Chevy for me. Chevy got involved. Chevy took care of the problem, and away we go. So now I got the tires replaced, AC's fixed, the exhaust leak problem I had was fixed, and I had a little click in the seat that was annoying me, and they took care of that while I was there too. So
I like a happy ending to a story.
It is, and here's the thing. I could have went in there, both hammers cocked back and been a jerk, like a lot of people do when they get upset. We've talked about this. You have a problem with your car. It's an emotional issue because your car takes you everywhere you want to go. We've talked about this. People don't realize it, and I've talked about it in the world of automotives as well. I've told you guys, that especially our fans out there that actually work on cars, that are technicians, listen to this show. we get wrapped up in the fact that we work on cars every single day. So what is new to us, it loses it being new. So, the fact that you may work on 7 or 8 air conditionings in 1 week, or 7 or 8 different transmission problems, and we get used to telling customers, "Oh, your car's broke," and we get in that routine of it's broke. But what we don't do is we don't take in consideration the fact that affects everything in that person's life when they don't have their car. Like I had to give up my truck. And of course, then I had to figure out what I was going to do to be able to get around and all that kind of stuff without having my truck.
That's why you needed Uber.
Right. So, we lose sight of that, and we understand that we lose sight of that sometimes. So I try to preach to everybody and tell them that please don't lose sight of that when you're dealing with a customer. Remember that customer has to pick up their kids from daycare, get them to school, get them to ballet, soccer, whatever it may be. So the longer the car is down, it has to be worked on, the more you're affecting that person's life. That's the reason why it's such an emotional thing. That's the reason why when people's cars break down, they tend to come in and sometimes they're just downright ornery, and they don't mean to be ornery exactly with you. Sometimes they're irritated with the situation. One of the best things was I stopped in and I was talking with Josh. You guys met him on the show over at Bayview BP. And one of the customers that was there when I stopped in one time was really upset. But then she realized as a customer that she was having a bad impression, okay? So she stopped herself and had to correct. And that was the first time I've ever seen a customer do this. She said, "I'm not upset with you. I'm upset with the situation." And the situation was her car was broken, now needed some repairs, and it was going to cost money to do so. So she had realized that her attitude was coming off and that it was being recepted by the people who are going to work on her car. And she stopped herself and corrected herself. That way the people in the garage didn't feel like that they were upset, and Josh, and his team didn't feel like they were doing something wrong. And I've never seen a customer actually stop themselves in the middle of their problem. I've seen customers have some really tantrum breakdowns over their car being broke down. It's nothing personally that I've done. It's just a situation is more than they can handle, because what is routine for us as technicians and working on cars may only happen to somebody on a drastic side once or twice in their whole entire life. So just because we see it 100 times a month, they may only deal with it, like I said, 1 or 2 times in their whole life. They may only have a bad car issue where something major breaks down their car. So it's a lot for them to take in, and it's a lot for them to deal with. And that goes both ways with all the garages back and forth. So like I said, I could have went in and I could have threw a fit and been really upset, but I didn't. I went in there and I was a gentleman and I was polite, just like I've been telling you guys do. Don't ever steer or stir the hornet's nest unless you have to. Just go in, be polite, tell them what the situation is, and then see where it transpires from there. If you go in there with guns a-blazing from the get-go, the chances are you're going to get very, very, very negative reaction. You're not going to get very far. I mean, how many times have we probably handled a situation and then we look back on it and go, I probably could have handled that differently?
Every time?
No, I won't say every time. I mean, but there's a lot of times where that happens.
Well, what do you want to do? Go and embarrass yourself? That's why I don't do it.
But people do. You can't. You've been at places where you watch people just go completely off the rails.
I've had people go off the rails at me,
and then expect you to do something for them after they do it.
Yeah.
And what's the likelihood that that's going to happen?
And then the person that comes in and is very polite and nice about it, you find yourself bending over backwards for that one.
Right. And sometimes that goes wrong too.
And the one that's true. But then the ones that's like got the guns a-blazing, so to speak, you're just figuring how little can I do for this guy just to get him out of here.
Right. It's just one of those things. So like I said, I went in, I was very polite. I explained to them the problem that I was having. They went ahead and contacted Chevy for me, told them that, look, the vehicle is out by time, but mileage-wise, this truck has baby miles still on it. And Chevy, like I said, they did the right thing and they took care of it and got the truck fixed for me, and I'm happy as a clam.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm very pleased that they responded that way.
Well, and here's the thing. So Larry and I talked about this last week because I didn't want to talk about it on the air because I wanted to see how. Like I said, I don't believe in blasting people until I see what the outcome is going to be, and then we talk about it. So I didn't want to jump into it last week, but Larry and I talked about it off the air, and one of the first things you said was, "I'm real curious to see how this works out for you." Yeah. Like I said, they worked out quite well.
I'm glad it was a good result.
So. Lesson learned here. One thing, keep in mind, when you go into some place, keep your head about you. Be nice to people. It goes a lot further. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got more news for you. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Something really cool happened in 1975. And no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cotman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of your everyday job? Looking for something more? You have to go check out ATI at auto.edu. Advanced Technology Institute has a program for you. From accelerated schedules to assistance in helping students get into the career field fast. Guys, I understand how hard it is with the hassle of juggling life, work, kids. That's why ATI provides day and night classes to make things as easy for you to succeed. If you're ready for a change, give them a call today at 757-490-1241. That's 757-490-1241. Make ATI your choice for building today's minds and tomorrow's communities. ATI is certified by SHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Talk to you soon.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pilach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. So, hey, before we left, we were talking about all the different news that's going on, and I was telling you guys my Chevy story. There is a little bit of news that's out there on Chevy. So, apparently the ZR2s were having airbag problems. I know, it seems like every time I talk, it's airbag problems for somebody, some manufacturer.
From that same company?
Who knows? I'm not even going there. But here's the cool thing. So Chevy is actually doing free fixes on. Basically, what it was is they're talking about when the trucks are off on trails and stuff like that and hit bumps, that the airbags would go off prematurely, and they couldn't figure out why. So if you have one, it's important to know that Chevy is fixing the problem for free. Just contact your local dealership and ask them. And if that doesn't work, I have a 1-800 number for you. It's 1-800-833-2438. That's 1-800-833-2438. If you drive one of these Chevy ZR2s and you think it may be having that problem or could have the potential of having that problem, give them a call and find out if your vehicle is on the list, and they will take care of it for free. So
Good
I
deal.
thought it was kind of cool. Hey, 2 good Chevy stories. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see in the news this week the guy that built the Fred Flintstone machine?
The guy that got pulled over and got ticketed. Yeah.
Yeah. He built it out of a smart car.
Yeah, a smart car. I saw that actually just this morning.
Yeah, so he's got, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, Fred Flintstone machine. He built basically a replica of the Ford Flintstone car, but he made it out of a smart car. So the inside portion of it is a smart car, and then the outside portion of it looks like Fred. And he dresses up in character and drives it like that. So he's dressed up like Fred Flintstone. But yeah, I saw he got pulled over. I don't know if that was staged or not, but I was like,
no feet on the ground though. Right?
Yeah, right. But he's in it barefooted, you know what I mean? And like he's all dressed up like it, and it's like I said, it says he got pulled over for speed, and I question that. I don't know, but it was kind of cool little story. It's cool. I mean, it looks cool. It's a cool little car.
Yeah.
It's funny because somebody sent me a video of it driving in the beginning of the week, and then I saw the story of being pulled over all in the same week. So I was just like, maybe that's a little publicity stunt. I don't know.
I'd like to drive one of those little smart cars. I haven't had the opportunity yet, but I'd like to.
Why?
You think I'd fit?
That's the question. Is they say they're roomy inside? I've never been in one. I'm
a
stood next to
a
one.
Mini Cooper will fool you when you get into one of those.
Yeah, Mini Coopers are really roomy inside, believe it or
It
not.
really is.
For as small as they are. So who knows?
I would just like to drive one of those tiny little cars just for the fun of it.
Just so you can feel smart?
I will know. Just for the experience of driving the tiniest car I've ever seen.
What was the one? What was the name of the car that you used to sit into it and then pull the door closed, and the steering wheel was attached to the door and it pulled closed in front of it?
I used to know the name of that, and when I was a kid, I had a toy like that.
Did you?
It was that kind of car, and at the time I didn't believe that they really made cars that way. And I got older.
I used to know the
they
name of
did.
it too, and I can't remember what it is.
I think they're German, if I'm not mistaken. I think, but yeah, the whole front of the car is the door.
Yeah. You know what car I'm talking about.
Yep, exactly. Do.
Here's the thing for you guys. So now we talked about a while back that cameras were becoming more popular in cars. Now, it seems like in the European countries, they're real popular. They're in like every car. Every car, when I was overseas, every car had one. So you would look and everybody has a dash cam or had a backup cam or had something that was recording all the time. And it seems like now in the United States, they're becoming more and more popular. Well, it just so happens that if you guys know, there's some of the cars out there that actually have valet mode. And what valet mode is actually a camera that's already pre-wired into the car that once it's set automatically records. So just so happens again this week, somebody got caught at a dealership joyriding a Corvette. And it's all caught. So he took it in there for an airbag issue, go figure. And it just had to be an update in the computer. And its valet mode caught one of the technicians joyriding his Corvette, 95, like in a 45. So let me grab this right here. So it's one of those things that, you would think with all the modern technology, and that a lot of these people are starting to put cameras in their car, and they record and everything, that you wouldn't want to take their prized possession sports car and take it for a joyride, but yet people are still doing it.
Fun.
No. It used to be the big thing is like valet parking. So valet parking was a big thing. They go if you had a nice car, they go joyride your car. And I remember there being a lot of issues. There was actually when they used to do a lot of valet parking. It's got to be 15 years ago, a little bit longer than that now. Here in downtown Norfolk, there was a lot of restaurants and stuff had valet parking here in town. I don't see them like I used to, but a lot of them had it, and that was one of the biggest complaints. I had a friend that was working for one. He said everybody swears their cars get joyride. It doesn't matter. It's like their number one complaint was someone joyrided my car.
And how would you know without a camera?
Right. Well, now you got cameras. Now you know. So, hey, I got a caller. Hey, Steve from Chesapeake. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Cameron. That car, the little three-wheel car with
Can you hear me?
front. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear him.
You can't.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
I can hear him here.
I
need
can
my
hear you
headset.
guys fine.
Oh, now I can hear you. There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, that car that you were talking about with the whole front that opened up with the steering wheel, that was a BMW Isetta.
I knew it started with an I. I was sitting here thinking after I said it, and I was like, I know it starts with an I. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah, my dad had one, and the German engineering didn't really hold up because the seat would actually, if a person was heavy enough, the springs in the seat would contact with the battery.
Yeah, that seems like that might be just a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yes.
Yeah, well, fire starting.
Yes.
Because of the materials that the seats were made out of. But, I've seen those cars with factory-made little camper trailers that were towed behind them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now I have to go look that up.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't very fun. Well, they have like 40 horsepower motors in them or something. I mean, something silly.
Very, very fuel efficient.
Yeah. We're headed back in that direction. Go figure. Funny how that works out.
By the way, an interesting way to stop since you were talking about valet parkers, out joyriding in people's cars, a very simple way to stop that from happening to begin with. I mean, because, cameras are just going to show you an after-the-fact thing, is to have something installed in the cars that if when the valet key is used, it will only drive for about 200 yards and then die.
Yeah.
Right. And so how is the valet parker going to explain why your car is out, on a street far away from where they were supposed to have been parking it, and then they have to pay for towing it back to you?
That's true. I tell you what.
But that would only have to happen a couple times before valet parkers would realize, I don't know if this car's equipped with that, so I'm not going to mess with it.
Well, yeah, if they start realizing they think every car is equipped with something, they just stop doing it altogether.
Right.
I had the luxury. I worked for a company. I was young. I think I just turned 16, or it was just turning 17, and I worked for an auction house in just on the outside of downtown Chicago, and they specialized in a lot of exotic cars at this auction house. So I got the opportunity to drive just about every type of exotic car you could think of. But the interesting thing was where they had this auction house is it was an old shipping yard. So, it'll be almost, some of those cars would be out a little bit over a mile out from where you're actually going to run through the auction house at, and you'd have to take like a tram to go get the car from far away. So I had the rare opportunity to open up a couple cars wide open on the back stretch before they went to the auction house. But I was a young man, and I took the opportunity. But I saw Lamborghinis, Ferraris, you name it. I mean, they come through there that we had to go retrieve and bring back. So.
Oh yeah, to be young and insane, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Those are the days.
Yeah, it is. Well, Steve.
Anyways, love the show.
Thank you, sir. I very much appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I totally forgot about even working for that place until I thought about it a couple of days ago. And it's funny that we talk about it, but yeah, there was a lot of cool cars that came through that place. And I only worked for them for a couple of weekends. It was just a temporary gig that I picked up through a friend, but they had a lot of exotic cars come through there, and I got to play with a lot of fun cars because it was like I said, it was an old shipping dock, so it was just straight. It's all asphalt, all asphalt as far as the eye can see. And they run through thousands and thousands of cars through this auction house. So, I mean, we'd start off like 6 o'clock in the morning and run, to 7 o'clock at night auctioning cars. That's how many cars they had. And they didn't have one lane. They had like 20 lanes.
I can't imagine a scale that big.
Oh, it was huge place just on the outside of Chicago. And like I said, you'd run out and you just never knew. And it was funny because I'd skip cars. You're supposed to take cars in order. But if there was like a Buick that needed to go through, and then one row over was, a Ferrari or something like that. I go jump in the Ferrari and then wait for somebody to take all the other cars until it caught up to it was my turn to go to take that car. I did that quite often.
You cheater, you.
Well, I was like I said, I was young. I think I had to be 16 or just 17. I mean, I was still young. But man, if it was a cool car, I was always trying to make sure that I was in the cool car to drive. Anyway, on that note, it's commercial break time again. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI. Not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. 6705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. Hey, so before we went on commercial break, we were talking about the Isetta. Steve gave us the name of it because I couldn't remember what the name of it was. So I looked it up. Yeah, they actually made teardrop trailers for these things to pull them. Small little teardrop trailers.
Yeah, that's what he said.
They call them holiday trailers is one of the names that they called them.
We got enough room just to sleep in. That's probably
Yeah, it is. But it was cool looking. It looks neat. There's a picture of one online. I looked it up.
a little mini kitchenette.
So you want to talk about something interesting. Did you guys hear about Elon Musk wanting to open up a tequila company now?
I haven't heard that one.
Yes. Yeah. So I got a little news thing on it over the weekend. So apparently he wants to be in the tequila business now. Like he made some kind of mention of it, I guess, a little while back that he had an interest in it. And I guess some of the Tesla fans that are out there said, oh, that'd be kind of cool. So now he's thinking about moving forward with it, with a tequila company. And he wants to call it Tesquila. Yeah, that's the only way I can think to pronounce it. It's Teslaquila. Tesquila.
Why not?
Well, apparently,
It is now.
apparently the tequila people aren't real happy with this idea. So
Well, tequila's a generic word, is it not?
no, I believe it or okay. So I thought so too, and I read a little bit up on the story. So apparently, for it to be considered tequila, it has to be made in like 5 or 7 areas in Mexico for it to be considered tequila. There's a whole tequila board and association. There's a lot that goes into it. I didn't know that. I just thought it was just kind of like, like a generic word like bourbon. You know what I mean? It's just bourbon. You know what I mean? But
Well, bourbon has to carry the name bourbon. It has to be made in Kentucky.
yeah, but I thought it would be simpler. You just go to
Yeah.
Kentucky and for bourbon, it is what it is.
Champagne has to be
But-
made in France to be champagne.
But tequila, I guess there's like this whole thing for it to be considered tequila. So they're kind of. You think for all the things that are going on that he wouldn't want one more thing on his plate?
Did you know that Jack Daniels is now making coffee with Jack Daniels infused in it?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Jack Daniels infuses in everything. It's in barbecue sauce. It's in hot sauces.
Well, I don't think the barbecue sauce is alcoholic. Is the coffee? Is that the
let's just get to the point. He's like, doesn't have alcohol.
He's about to go outside and be like, I got a coffee pot out there.
No, I just, look, Tesla, stick with cars for right now. We don't need a tequila company. I'm with you. I support you. I'm just saying,
Is that car he shot off to was it Mars? Is it landed yet?
I don't know.
Remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember. I think it's
There's got a lot of press out of it. I haven't heard any. I don't know how long it takes to get to Mars. 10 or 11 months.
I have no idea. I'll have to look it up for you just so I have the answer next time. Hey, so here's a kind of cool story. We talked about all the wildfires that were going on in California, and we shared the report with you guys about the Mustang being pushed out while it was on fire and stuff. So here's another kind of cool story. There's a nurse that was in California that used his Tundra truck to go get people that are having problems leaving the area. So apparently he made quite a few different runs back and forth, and his truck got all burnt up. There's actually a picture of it. You guys go check it out. So the whole side of the truck's just torched. It's all burnt up. The paint's all baked off the one side of the truck. Because he actually drove through like fire, like areas to go get people that were stuck. So Toyota saw it. It was posted up on the internet, and Toyota has decided to go ahead and replace his truck
Man, that's pretty nice.
since he used his truck to go get people.
I like to hear stories like that.
There's a lot of companies lately. It seems like every time I turn around, there's another cool story where a company's stepping up and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You think things are changing a little bit? Because they usually back in the day, you couldn't get companies to do anything for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I don't know. Maybe it's becoming just a little nicer, better America. I don't know.
Less greed.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't. I like the fact when I see stories over and over again where I see large corporations stepping up and doing the right things by people.
Yeah, it's you didn't have to do it. You just did it, and
Because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And here's the thing. People are like, oh, they just did it for the publicity. No, I don't think that's the case.
what if But what if they did?
I can't go into it in that thought process. I go into it in the thought process of they generally want to do something good. Now, if publicity comes out of it, whatever. But I don't. Do I
Not
think
gonna
that's
hurt.
their right? Do I think that's their their main reason for doing things? I don't think so.
I don't. I wonder.
Not most of them anyway.
Most people have motives, companies included.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's a motive. Volkswagen is said to invest $50 billion released this week into, guess what?
Seatbelt, airbags.
No, neither one of those topics. Self-driving cars.
Huh? Volkswagen.
So, for you naysayers that say it's never going to happen,
Well, they're kind of late to the table, aren't they?
there's a lot of. Here's the thing. I'm going to say, like I said before, they're not late to these people are working on it. They're just not talking about it. They're just not talking about it. Everybody is working on the technology. They're just not openly, displaying what they're doing for the world to see right this second, because they see what happens when you do. When you do, everybody points the finger at you and everybody's after you. It's a big witch hunt.
Yeah, the naysayers and whatnot. You're right.
So if you just keep it to yourself and keep on doing it and don't talk about it, well, then there's nobody really to, show up with pitchforks now, is there?
Well, yeah, you're right about that.
Well, it is.
They'll show up when you roll it out to sell it.
Can I get a pitchfork?
No. I'm just saying, seriously, every time something cool comes out, and then there's always somebody there's a reason why it isn't cool, or it's a bad idea, whatever, and then people just line up with pitchforks, and before you know it, you're at the look. Like I said, we talked about Tesla. Tesla has been pretty open with everything they plan on doing and where they're going, and they bad press, good press, whatever it is, they are in the news constantly for it.
Tesla is the whipping boy for auto
Technology advancements.
cars.
Yeah, they are. They really are. They are the whipping boy for it. They really, but you got other companies. They're doing the same thing. They're just not being open about it.
I was trying to say autonomous, and it wouldn't come out.
Autonomous, anonymous, self-driving, cars that drive themselves, cars without drivers, cars that the driver doesn't exist. I think we got it all.
Yeah. How about, is driver assist part of that, or is that different?
Okay,
features?
it's funny you bring that up. Nice little segue. So let's get into it. So there was a report this week that says that drivers are getting stupid because they are relying on the car to do everything for them now with driver assist. Here's the thing, and we talked about a couple weeks back. We touched on it a little bit. Are drivers getting dumb?
Yes.
Because of all the technology that's in the car, now they rely on the technology to do everything for them. So, you have cars that will tell you now if there's a car alongside you with just a little light indicator, or they make a sound inside the car. So people don't even look over their shoulder anymore. They don't look like we're taught to kind of like look over your shoulder, make sure that it's clear, even though you've looked in your mirror. People just are becoming to the point where they don't do that anymore because they expect the car to do it all for them. Does that make us less better of a driver? And I think it does.
That's why the marketing is what. So you're not supposed. So if something is, there are benefits built into a package in a car, and you're not supposed to take advantage of it.
Well, you are to a certain degree. You just don't undo everything that you know just because now that you think the car will do it for you. The car can't be 100%.
Well, if the car does the function several times in a row, you're going to tend to let it continue to do it.
I don't.
You get comfortable with it.
I don't. I've been in cars that have tons of assist in them, and I still look over my shoulder. I still use my mirrors the way I'm supposed to. It's just an extra precaution. I look at it as just like having the worst backseat driver ever, in a good way. That's why I don't use it as the sole. I'm just not going to do everything I was ever taught to do when I drive.
Well,
what do you guys think?
If I had those features on a car, as soon as I found out they worked reliably, I would use them all the time.
Would you?
Yeah.
You would just forget everything you already know.
I wouldn't forget it, but I wouldn't do it.
Oh, see, I cannot do that.
I wouldn't forget, but I wouldn't. Hey, I even forgot how to use hand signals, but I don't use them.
Well, that's okay. That's a little different. That's going outside. as Cameron sits here trying to remember what they are. Yeah, because you got to know them, right? What I'm trying to say is I don't use them in that fashion, and I didn't think that was the fashion they were made to be used in. I didn't think that you gave me all these extra things in a car so I could stop doing everything I was taught to do in a driving test. I thought you just gave them to me as an assist. So I'm going to assist you to be a little bit better than just in case you did miss something. That's why they call it assist.
I think human nature is such that as soon as you find out that something works, then you'll rely on it.
I don't.
My radio works.
I can give you a lot.
You should rely on your radio.
I can give you a lot of instances where that's a really bad idea.
Well, like what?
Well, if you just think it's supposed to work and you just go to it. I mean, you don't go sit in a plane and go, well, it says it'll fly itself.
Well, everybody, all these people sit in planes and they don't know.
Well, of course they don't. There's a door there just to take the shucks out of it. You know what I mean?
They don't know if it's an autopilot or they don't know what's going on.
Well, that's true.
They're trusting.
That's the reason that's why the door's closed, so you can't see out the front windshield.
They're trusting, and that's what happens with these auto assist on cars that's coming out now. You begin to trust it.
Welcome to David's Airport.
Yeah. I'm just saying the word is assist, not I'm going to do everything for you.
Today we're going to learn this new feature called Assist Fly. I haven't tried it before.
Let's see how this works. Have a good day.
Yeah, they have computer systems for radio stations and TV, for that matter, called Live Assist. But I don't find out where I'm being assisted. They just do it for me and run it in full automation.
I don't know. All I'm trying to say is the word is assist is there for a reason. It doesn't say
I think
do it for you.
They're working. They're going to take the assist word and work that into full automatic.
Oh, I'm sure. I know that it's just a prelude to what's coming. I understand that.
I mean, you don't manually shift your automatic transmission, do you?
Well, you could, but you don't.
You could, but you don't, because you know it works.
That is not the same thing. That's completely different.
I don't know how it's not the same thing.
Oh, it's not. It's
automatic
not.
transmissions took a while to catch on, didn't they?
They did. I understand. You know what?
And then it got to the point where why even bother with a manual?
Do you know how to drive a stick?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I learned.
Okay,
I learned 3 on a tree.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 3 in the tree.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what time it is? It's commercial break time already. Again, I don't even know how this keeps on happening to us. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got some more stuff for you. Hey, don't forget, if you have nothing scheduled for today, you guys can actually go out to the Coastal Virginia Auto Show in Virginia Beach Convention Center. Check it out. The show is actually going on from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. today, and it's going on tomorrow as well. Go out there. Hey, our sponsor, American DIY Garage, has 7 different cars out there you guys can check out. So go out there and check them out. Say hello to them. Show them that you love them and the fact that they sponsor the show, and we'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more. Or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pillach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pillach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
$3705. Now, here is Dave Pillach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. Hey, so before we went on commercial break, we were talking about being over-aware or under-aware. Underwear? Here's a little flashback in time. How about the Back to the Future car that somebody made into like a hovercraft? Have you seen that? It's up for sale. Showed up this week in the news. Yeah, the DeLorean. So somebody made it into a hovercraft. Basically, it's when you actually read the story, it's not. They took a body, made a body to make it look like a DeLorean, put it on a hovercraft, but they called it the Back to the Future car. But it's cool. I mean, I guess if you want a hovercraft and you want it to look like a DeLorean,
I'd like to have a car that looked like a DeLorean.
Okay, I would have no problem buying a DeLorean, but I would have to gut the engine out of it instantly and probably put like an LS motor or something in it. That's a new craze slowly starting to happen, by the way.
DeLorean had a terrible engine in it?
Horrible motor. Yes, horrible motor. So
American built?
Yeah, the car was slow. I mean, this reason why it's joked in Back to the Future. I mean, it was if the car could get up to 88 miles an hour in that short little space it gave it, that would have been a miracle inside itself for a DeLorean.
Well, I just like the way those cars. I never got sat in one. I never got to sit in one.
I never sat it in one.
and I certainly never got to drive one.
DeLoreans are cool, but they are slugs.
I like the way they look.
But I see. I watch this guy every once in a while. That I told you I belong to every little site and blog and you name it, just because it gives us the news to talk about on the show. And there's a guy that's starting to buy them and retrofit them with LS motors. And then they're pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that might be the new craze.
Were they two-seaters?
Yeah, basically a two-seater car. I mean, there's a gentleman that I ran into at one of the car shows a couple weeks back, and he's shown up a couple different. He has a Fiero that he put the LS Corvette-like motor inside a Fiero.
Yeah.
That's got to be lightning quick.
That's a light car anyway.
Oh, yes. That's a lot of power for a little car.
Will it stay on the ground?
He says it drives real good, real comfortable. He's done a lot of different other things to it. You know what I mean? And I think it's still a little bit of work in progress. I think he's still playing with some things here and there, but bigger brakes, all that kind of stuff. So, but that's a different concept. It's just no different than them doing the LS swaps into the Mazda Miatas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no car. That's just basically all engine at that point. There's no car to be had. So, last but not least for the week, I had a story. A couple of different listeners that listen up north sent me, and of course I was aware. I know that a lot of them got stuck in the snow and stuck in traffic for, some 9-10 hours. Some people were stuck out there on the freeway in traffic. It's been all over the news and stuff. So they were sending me pictures and stuff of their area. And so it kind of brought a thing. I guess a lot of people don't think about it. You really, as it's starting to get cold, and we've talked about it every year that we've been on the air, and I give the advice, and some people listen and some don't, and then I get the stories later on that happen. You really need to prepare yourself for the winter months. Make sure that you guys are getting your guys' cars ready. Make sure you take them into your local repair shop. Have them look everything over before the winter comes. Make sure the car is winter ready. That means making sure your tires are good, making sure your brakes are proper, make sure you have the right amount of coolant inside your vehicle. Just have them check your belts, check your hoses, anything, because when it gets cold, the rubber gets cold and things tend to break because, your rubber hoses, your belts, they get brittle and stuff. They can break during the wintertime. Things you just don't think about. So now's the time, we're 52 degrees a day. I think we're supposed to be hold about 52 degrees for the next couple of days all the way up to Thanksgiving. But, the colder temperatures are coming. So guys, don't forget, it is time to get your car in and get it checked out. Hey, if you want to do it yourself, don't forget, take it to American Do-It-Yourself Auto Garage. You can go down there, rent a bay for an hour, and just look everything yourself if you guys want to. So give them a call if you guys want to do that. Great place. They're one of our sponsors, and we love the fact that they're involved. But yeah, it's just that it's that time of year to go ahead. If you have a local auto garage, and if you don't have a local auto garage, make sure you check out one of your Napa auto garages. Take it down, make some friends, but get your car looked at and get it checked out, make sure it's good for the winter. Because some of these people got stuck out there for 9 and 10 hours on the freeway in the snow, and they weren't prepared. First of all, there's a lot of people that, you're out there, don't pretend like you're not when I say it, that like to ride around on almost empty all the time. And you just jump from gas station to gas station. People do it. You see over there smiling, but they do it.
I've been guilty of it.
Okay.
I didn't know my light could blink.
So here's the thing. Make sure you're keeping your car full of gas. If you get down to half a tank, stop. Fill it back up to full tank again. Make sure you're keeping gas in your car, because you just never know when you may get stuck in a situation and you need as much gas in that car to keep that car running, to keep that heat going, so you're not stuck in a situation. Make sure that you keep a blanket in the car. Make sure you're keeping a couple bottles of water in the car. These are all things that you have in your car. I have them in mine. I have forever. I've always kept little things in my car that that I needed, and always had them. I have a little survival kit and stuff like that. I put one in Dawn's car. She's got one in the trunk of her car. These are things that you should have. Beef jerky. Make sure you keep some beef jerky in your car. I know that sounds weird, but it's good to have a couple snacks in the car just in case you do get snowed in or you get stuck on the side of the road and help can't get you for hours on end. You have water. You got a little bag of beef jerky, something to munch on. That way, if something does happen, you're stuck out there for a long time, you have all the little things. You got the blanket just in case you run out of gas and you can't run the heat. You got some food. You got some water. You need to be keeping all this stuff in mind. These are things that people never think of.
A special bag with milk, bread, and eggs.
No.
You got to have that.
You can't have that.
Because that's what everybody does when it's going to snow. They run out to get those
but you
things.
Can't put that in your car.
Why can't you?
How are you going to keep milk good in your car?
Cooler.
No. Water. I'm good with water. Okay, I'll do bread. I don't know about the eggs. That's just kind of strange. I'm just saying. But make sure that you guys have.
He really said milk.
He did.
Like Oberweis milk is going to come and drop milk off in your car.
Just make sure.
Well, then what do people do when they start forecasting snow? I don't see a bunch of Oberweis trucks on the road. Milk patrol.
I'm being serious, guys. Make sure that you have a little kit that you put in your car, that you keep all these little things in your car so that you have them. And like I said, make sure you take your car in and just have somebody give it a look over, make sure everything's good on it so you know. Like I said, these people were not expecting to get stuck on the freeway for that long period of time. And people are breaking down. They didn't have enough gas. They didn't have anything to keep them warm. And it's not like anybody could get to them to help them. So just keep that in mind. With the temperatures coming, put together a little something. Make sure that you guys are squared away. And on that note, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. I know it went quick this week because it felt like it went quick for me too. Don't forget, if you got nothing going on for the rest of the day, go out to Coastal Virginia Auto Show in Virginia Beach Convention Center. Go check it out. They got a bunch of cars. Like I said, stop in and see our sponsor. They're set up out there. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. They have a bunch of cars out on display on there. Stop in and say hi to them. Enjoy the rest of your week. Sunday's right around the corner. Don't forget, turn off the TV. Spend some time with your kids. They'll love you for it. Hey, and take them to that car show. And we'll talk to you soon. We're out of here.